Hello, my friends. John Lee Dumas here, and welcome to Module 26, Day 26, which, as you can see, is the weekly content calendar. I live and die by my calendar. I've mentioned that before. I'll say it again because it's just true. If it's not on my calendar, it doesn't exist. If it is on my calendar, it gets done. So we need to make sure that things get done. So, why does a calendar protect momentum? Well, number one, consistency beats intensity. You can show up and be intense once a week, once a month. That's not going to work to the same level as showing up every day and just calm, deliberate, value add. Be there. Be there for your audience. Be there for people that have problems that you have the solution to. A calendar removes decision fatigue and keeps you publishing even on busy weeks. Because let's be honest, busy weeks always happen. I mean, things are coming up. I have visitors coming in from out of town. I have a 2-year-old child. I'm taking vacations. I'm doing a lot of things, but my calendar makes sure that I prioritize what matters and I keep the ball rolling. Because once you lose momentum, man, is it hard to recapture. So one webinar is the anchor. Everything points not to 10 destinations, not to 5, not to 2, to one single destination. The webinar is the gravitational center for your content universe. And it's going to feel great, by the way. It's going to feel great to have a gravitational center. Like, so many people create content without a purpose. And like we said in prior videos, you play silly games, you win silly prizes. And that's what most people are playing. They're playing silly games, they're playing stupid games, and they're winning silly prizes, they're winning stupid prizes. Who cares about hearts and likes? You want people to show up to your live training. Your live training is where you're going to build deeper connections, build your authority, get better at what you do, ask questions of the live attendees, and then deliver amazing value. And then, of course, your offer. So that's why we're focused on all of this one thing, which is the calendar to rule them all, because that calendar should be ruling your life. Your calendar, it's your freedom. My calendar is what gives me freedom. So 7 pieces, one purpose. Let's get into that. You're not creating randomly. We don't do random stuff here. Each of the 7 places exist to, number 1, educate, number 2, build trust, and number 3, invite to the webinar. So you're educating, you're building trust, you're inviting them to the live training, you're inviting them to the live webinar, you're inviting them to be there in person where you're walking through this live. Again, remember that. I would love if you wanted to join me on an upcoming webinar that I'm doing, an upcoming training, an upcoming presentation, however you want to word it, whatever's best for your audience, where I'm going to walk through this live. And by the way, you can ask me questions. Like, let them know they can ask you questions on that because it is going to be live. So educate, build trust, and then invite them to the webinar. So platforms don't matter as much as people think. People think that platforms matter the most. They don't matter. What matters is rhythm. Rhythm matters. Different platforms, same message, same CTA. That call to action has to be the same. So rhythm creates familiarity. Familiarity. I have a hard time with that word, but you get it. Rhythm creates familiarity. I might get there, I might not. We're just going to keep going. Different platforms, same message, same CTA. Platforms do not matter. Rhythm matters. Think about this. You need to get in the rhythm. So plan once, execute calmly. You plan it once, and then guess what? All you need to do is just wake up and say, hey, what does my calendar say? What do I need to do today? Oh, it's right there. Now I just execute. Calm, deliberate, confidently. The calendar turns creativity into operations. Once planned, execution becomes light. It just feels easy. It just feels light. It just feels like the right thing that you should be doing. And by the way, when you get into the rhythm, you're going to start saying like, wow, like it kind of feels weird when I don't have something to follow. And you're going to crave that discipline, that focus, that just absolute ability to follow a plan that you've created. So batching is non-negotiable. I mean, you have to batch. I kind of became a little micro famous for coming up with the phrase batching like a baller, because that's how I ran a daily podcast. And that's how I run a daily podcast now since 2012. People said it couldn't be done. I did it, and I still do it. I actually run 2 daily shows now, not to mention, the weekly webinar engine. So, I mean, it's all about batching like a baller, having a team in place, a system in place, automation, system, processes, flows. You do your creation in blocks. You can just do them in blocks, and then you schedule in advance. That's the great thing about this world that we live in. You don't have to like say, okay, I got to wait till 1:32 p.m. to create this piece of content. No, you can create all your content on a Sunday and schedule it to go out the rest of that week, or on a Monday or on a Tuesday, whenever it works for you. This is how sustainability is maintained. And we're looking to maintain sustainability for obvious reasons. So energy is the constraint. Let's be honest. Energy is the constraint. If the calendar feels heavy, it won't survive. If you look at your calendar, you're like, I'm dreading this. I want nothing to do with this. It's not going to survive. It's not going to work. Simple calendars win. I love when my calendar is just simple, straightforward. There's a lot of white space because I get to just sit back and think, and I get to kind of just, focus on other things. But then when I have my block, my block it's a blue block of like focused energy, focused time, focused creation. I'm down to business. Nothing can distract me. End of story. Nothing. So you have to do a weekly review, not daily stress. Review your performance once a week, not every minute, not every hour, not every day. Just do a weekly review. Adjust calmly and then repeat. Because I like to do my weekly review every Saturday morning. I get up, I have a nice calm morning. My first thing that I do every single morning is I take my dog, Gus. He's a 65-pound golden doodle. I take him on a 3-mile walk. I come back, I hit my gym here. I do red light therapy, some weight training, some stretching, some exercising. And then I'm up here, in my office, and I'm creating content. I'm following my calendar for the next number of hours. Like that's my morning. I have an hour block in there that I spend, just me and my son, Bo. Like we just spend time together. So that's blocked in. So that happens literally every single day. And then on Saturdays, I like to come back from that little morning routine that I talked about. And I sit down, I look at my weekend review and I say, what worked? What didn't? What can I adjust? How can I make it better? What can I take off? What should I add? And if it's going to be adding anything, it really has to be very important because I don't like to add things unless they're really going to make a meaningful difference. So again, this is just a once a week review. So this is a system. It's not a sprint. Sprints, you'll run out of breath. You will not be able to get up and sprint every single morning. That's why, by the way, I'm so consistent on my daily walks because I know I can get up every morning, no matter how I feel, and walk 3 miles. I do power walk, and there's a lot of hills involved too. So I'm going up and down hills. But if I had to get up every morning and be like, I need to go outside and sprint, like there would just be a lot of days that I would skip because I would, be like, oh, I have this nagging injury. Oh, I'm just not feeling great. I didn't sleep that well last night, blah, blah, blah. So we're not looking for sprints. We're looking to create a system, just like my system of walking every morning and every evening. It just works. I get my 10,000 steps in because it's a system. It's not a sprint. The goal is not perfect weeks. The goal is many weeks and many months. And then hopefully, if you just knock it out of the park, turns into many years. That's the goal, many years with this. So here's your day 26 outcome. By the end of today, you should have a weekly content calendar, 7 pieces mapped to 1 webinar, and a sustainable publishing rhythm. You want it to be sustainable and it has to be a rhythm. Now, how do you power this? Well, you power how do I power the weekly webinar engine? Well, I power it with HighLevel because it's everything you need on one platform. And the weekly webinar runs completely on HighLevel. We're talking the funnels, the landing pages, the webinar registrations, reminders, email, SMS, follow-up, calendar, bookings, payments, checkout, automations that sell while you sleep. It's all on HighLevel. And if you sign up to HighLevel through my affiliate link, highlevelfire.com, you can see it right there, highlevelfire.com, you get my bonus stack, which is a 15-minute call with me, which is 30 days free of HighLevel to really get in there and try it out instead of just 14. Weekly live office hours and supports, funnel templates, webinar registration, reminder flows, follow-up automations, conversion tested email sequences, and much more because I'm always adding to my bonus stack. And let me just say, we've already created all these things that you're going to need for what you're doing with your weekly webinar engine, and you can just import it from my HighLevel when you are my affiliate. I'm just going to do that for you for free because I'm obviously getting value by you being my affiliate. So build once, run weekly, compound results. I'll catch you on the flip side.